Winter weather has once again passed through our WJTS viewing area. We bring you a recap of that weather, plus a Jasper-based company has announced its second quarter financial report. We'll break that down, and Purdue Extension Program Assistant Ashley Niehaus is tonight's guest on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin this evening with a look back at the most recent round of winter weather to hit the WJTS viewing area. DuBois and surrounding counties once again were digging out today, following yesterday's most recent round of winter weather. At about 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, snow began falling across the area and sleet mixed in with it as nightfall approached. The sleet, snow, and some freezing rain continued to fall into the evening hours, and it finally died down overnight. The storm made travel conditions difficult for motorists throughout the day yesterday and through this morning and afternoon. Meanwhile, the ice and snow kept street crews busy across the day and evening and local police. In the end, snow and ice totals amounted to about 2 inches combined of snow and ice, according to officials with the Jasper Wastewater Department. There was about 2 inches of snow and ice on the ground here at the WJTS studios as of this morning as well. John Denman is a meteorologist with the National Weather Service out of Louisville. He says temperatures are set to remain cold for the foreseeable future, even though the snow has now moved out.
We're not really looking at any more temperatures above freezing for quite a while, possibly until Saturday. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and cold, highs only in the 20s, and it might fall into the upper teens tonight. So there's no real hope of any real thaw coming up real soon.
Denman says no major snowstorms are anticipated in the near future, though light snow is possible on Saturday. No major power outages were reported across the area in spite of the heavy icing. Officials with DuBois Rural Electric say there were 3 small outages in southern Crawford County near Interstate 64 where more ice than snow accumulated. Officials say tree branches weighed down by the ice took down some power lines in the area, affecting roughly 200 people. Most students in our viewing area had yet another snow day today. All schools in DuBois County, as well as most schools in surrounding counties, canceled their classes. Several employers also canceled or delayed work today for their employees. As I mentioned a moment ago, local police agencies were also kept busy yesterday with numerous accidents and slide-offs reported throughout the area. Just before 3:25 yesterday afternoon, DuBois County Sheriff's deputies responded to an accident along State Road 56 west of Ireland involving an SUV and a pickup truck. Deputies say 28-year-old Amanda Hodson of Jasper and a 65-year-old Linda Emmons of Washington were both westbound along State Road 56 near Old Petersburg Road when the accident occurred. Deputies say Emmons had to slow for a vehicle that turned abruptly in front of her. Hodson was not able to stop in time due to the snow-covered roadways, according to sheriff's deputies, and ran into the back of Emmons' vehicle. The impact caused Hodson's vehicle to go off of the south side of the roadway into a field, while Emmons' vehicle went off of the north side of the roadway into a yard. Hodson's airbags deployed during the crash, and she refused medical treatment at the scene. Emmons was taken to Memorial Hospital on a complaint of back pain. A passenger in Emmons' vehicle, 83-year-old Peggy Ludwig of Washington, complained about being short of breath, and she was also taken to Memorial Hospital for treatment. All injuries are believed to be minor, according to sheriff's deputies. Both vehicles are considered as total losses, and State Road 56 was blocked or down to 1 lane of traffic for about 45 minutes yesterday while the accident was being cleaned up. Ireland First Responders, Indiana State Police, Memorial Hospital EMS, and a wrecker from Rooksers Wrecker Service also assisted. Around the same time yesterday afternoon, Jasper Police responded to an accident near the intersection of 15th and Newton Streets. Just before 3:30, police say 46-year-old Edward Sheppers of Jasper was southbound on Newton Street just to the north of the intersection with 15th Street. Meanwhile, a second vehicle being driven by 32-year-old Joel Beaumont of Jasper was headed northbound along Newton Street at 15th Street, and his vehicle was fishtailing on the slick roadway, according to police. Beaumont's vehicle then went left of center and hit Sheppers' vehicle. A juvenile passenger in Sheppers' vehicle complained of right arm and leg pain, but refused treatment at the scene. Sheppers and Beaumont were not injured. Both vehicles were estimated to have $7,000 worth of damage. Now, traffic accidents are nothing new locally and beyond when winter weather hits. Tim Lampert is the chief deputy with the DuBois County Sheriff's Department. He says being in a hurry in bad weather seems to cause most of the accidents.
Usually the ones that kind of come all of a sudden is where we have more of an issue where people have to get home. But if they have plenty of time, which yesterday they should have known it was coming in, but yeah, we worked quite a few of them, but yeah, slow down is probably the biggest one. So.
The DuBois County Sheriff's Department encourages folks to leave sooner and expect that it will take twice as long to get to your destination in the snow as it normally would in good weather, among other tips. Second quarter results are in for one local company. Jasper-based Kimball International Incorporated has announced its financial results for the second quarter of fiscal year 2014. The company's net sales amounted to $320.3 million, or 24 cents per Class B diluted share. Those numbers are up from the second quarter of the 2013 fiscal year, which were $295.1 million and 11 cents per Class B diluted share, respectively. Net sales in the company's electronic manufacturing services, or EMS segment, increased 10% to $181.2 million, while the furniture segment saw a 6% increase in its net sales, up to just over $139 million. The company also announced its net income increased 121% from this time last fiscal year. The company reported a net income of $9.2 million for the second quarter of 2014. It was $4.1 million for the same time last fiscal year. In a news release, company president and CEO James Tinn says the sales growth and more effective execution of the company's operations drove the large increase in earnings. He says the company is very pleased overall with the solid performance all around during the second quarter of 2014. In other numbers, Kimball's second quarter gross profit as a percentage of net sales was up 2.2 percentage points from the same quarter of 2013. The effective tax rate, 19.2%. That's an increase of 6.9% from last year's second quarter. The company additionally reported $29 million of operating cash flow, up significantly from $20.5 million during the second quarter of last year. Finally, the company's cash and cash equivalents increased to $129.6 million as of December 31st of 2013. That's an increase of $26 million from the June 30th reported figure of $103.6 million. Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz has made new appointments to a couple of city boards, citing a need for a more cohesive effort with economic development in the city. This morning, Seitz accepted the resignations of Jim Skillman from the Economic Development Commission, or EDC, and Rick Stratner from the Redevelopment Commission, RDC. Seitz appointed Stratner to the EDC to replace Skillman for the rest of that term, and Andy Sager has been appointed to replace Stratner on the RDC for the rest of that term. Sager will continue to serve in his role as president of the EDC. The appointments were made effective this morning. Seitz says that he and the City Council both want the RDC and EDC to play formal roles in the implementation of the Downtown Riverfront Master Plan. He says a more cooperative effort between the two boards is necessary to make this happen, thus the new appointments. Seitz thanked Skillman for his time on the EDC. He also praised both Stratner and Sager for being willing to adjust their roles in order to better serve the city of Jasper. A key road project in Daviess County has received federal funding. In a press conference held yesterday in Washington, officials with the Indiana Department of Transportation announced that the county will be getting $11.6 million of federal grant money for the completion of major upgrade work along County Road 900 East. The project is more widely known as the Odin-Cannelberg Road Project. County Road 900 East currently serves as the main road which runs through the Amish areas of Daviess County. Work on the Odin-Cannelberg Road project will include widening the roadway, adding special lanes for buggies, and the addition of shoulders. The county has already received nearly $11 million for the initial work on the project up to County Road 800 North. The $11.6 million of grant money will go towards the rest of the project, which will stretch up to County Road 1250 North near Odin. One of the most important factors for the project was safety. 3 people have been killed in accidents along the roadway over the last decade. Additionally, there have been 8 injury accidents and 39 property damage accidents reported along that road in just the last 3 years alone. Traffic along the road currently consists of semis, other large trucks, passenger vehicles, and the Amish horse and buggy traffic. Daviess County Commissioner Tony Weichman says the county is set to form a committee to ensure that the road is even safer than what they originally designed it to be. The committee will involve the Sheriff's Office, County Highway Department, legal experts, and folks that live or do business along the Odin-Cannelberg Road. There also were economic factors in this project. As Weichman says, there are over 100 businesses along the Odin-Cannelberg Road corridor. He says some of the larger ones do more than $200 million of business transactions every year. The county will be putting in $2.2 million for local match funding. Now, this project is part of $86 million in total money awarded around the state of Indiana. Other projects in southwestern Indiana include 3 bridges in Pike County, a connector roadway for Santa Claus in Spencer County, and signage projects for the city of Huntingburg. Finally this evening, a local community foundation is set to hold a kickoff event for young philanthropists tomorrow. Coming up tomorrow night, the DuBois County Emerging Leaders, a branch of the DuBois County Community Foundation, will be hosting its 3rd annual kickoff event for giving. The event will start at 6 p.m. at Azura Cafe in Jasper. All young adults who want to be engaged in giving are encouraged to attend. Emerging Leaders was originally started back in 2012 as a giving circle for young adults. The goal of the circle was to establish a way for young adults to pool their money together in order to strengthen communities within DuBois County. The commitment level is $120 for each individual or $180 per couple for a year. Members would then share a vote for where the grant money will go at the end of the year. Josh Gunselman on the Emerging Leaders Steering Committee says it's great to see the younger generations trying to find ways to leave a positive mark on their community. He says the group gave a $5,000 grant to one local charity last year, something that otherwise would not have happened. Family Scholar House, a group that seeks to help single parents get college degrees, was the recipient of the aforementioned $5,000 grant. To date, Emerging Leaders has given more than $13,000 to local charity. For more information, you can call the DuBois County Community Foundation at 482-5295, or you can visit elgiving.org. All right, coming up after the break, your local forecast, sports with Kurt Gooksell, and Inform featuring Ashley Niehaus with Purdue Extension. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.